RadioFire.com, yours truly, Diamond K, in here. Thank you for joining me. So I have a special guest. And, yep, so don't be shy. Introduce yourself.
I'm Bayyinah Monk Nduaka, author of Give Me Some Relationship Advice, How to Find Love and How to Keep It.
That's very good. So this is not your first book.
No, this is my third.
This is your third.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I really like is that you're creating a brand.
Right.
And how would you describe the brand that you're creating?
The brand is a group of self-help books, but in particularly, it's a fix my life kind of thing.
Okay.
Not Iyanla Van Zant, but it's to fix your life. Basically, how to eat healthy, how to cook well,
Okay.
and how to find love and how to keep love.
All right. So that's interesting. And so all these things go together.
They all go together. How to have a good life, you know? You eat good to live a longer life, healthier life, and how to find love. And the love does not really stay with or has to be in a box of relationship. It's also your personal life as well.
And so what set you on this journey to help people?
Well, it was just kind of late. It was laid on my heart, actually, to write a cookbook to start out. And what I noticed that a lot of people, they want to learn how to cook. They want to cook, but they feel intimidated by the kitchen. And it's not really rocket science to really cook good, healthy, and wholesome meals, or meals that we always think we always can cook, but it don't really come out right, like fried chicken or baked macaroni and cheese. And also, the smoothie cookbook came out. A couple of my followers wanted a smoothie book because I drink smoothies almost every morning.
Okay.
And they were all like DMing me like, I need the smoothie recipes, please, please, please. So that's kind of how the smoothie book came about. And then I always was going to write a relationship book because that was just always and generally laid on my heart as well, to write a relationship book. Kind of from all the experiences I went through with marrying my husband and, just life.
Yeah, and so where does the advice come from?
The advice comes from
the advice is in the book.
My own personal experience, basically. I feel that my life leading up to the time that I was married and what I've been through in my marriage, God allowed me to go through certain things, allowed me to see certain things, travel different parts of the world, travel almost every state in the United States, meet so many different amazing people, and just people kind of imparted wisdom, guidance, direction, and just old-fashioned advice into me. And I just reached into my own brain computer and wrote this book. Interesting.
I like that. Now, so the advice for men and women, I would assume, would be different.
Yes. Well, it's one and the same, but it is different as well. The difference is not that much difference, but it is basically the same.
So in the book, you give, general advice for certain people that are not in relationships, or people that are seeking relationships, or people that are in them.
It's for everybody. So
Okay.
If you're single, married, divorced, widowed, widower, it's for everybody. How to keep love and how to find it. So even if for me, I've gone back to the book and read certain chapters,
Yeah.
and how to brush up on them. Like, okay, let me read this chapter real quick. So basically, it goes through like a stage where if you're single, you can read through how to find love, how to work on yourself first. Because if you don't work on yourself first, then everything else following that will not fall in place. So it'll dictate how you view yourself, which is self-esteem issues. And that self-esteem issue is basically the foundation to a whole bunch of other things that are domino effect. Like having low self-esteem leads to not being able to trust, not to being able to communicate well, not to be able to speak your mind, not really being able to be yourself in the relationship. So it may go sour. And then the next step is, once you find yourself and become whole, then how do you put yourself in certain places to attract a healthy love? So you could be anywhere and you can find healthy love,
Yeah, definitely.
So the third step to that is, if you find the love, how to keep it. So it's for those married people. You could have been married for 20 years, 5 years. How to keep it going? How to recycle those things if it's successful to keep it going. And that's the part I went back
What
to refer to.
I can
Me and my hubby
understand that.
had a little disagreement. I was like, let me go back to this last chapter here and refresh myself.
What is the biggest thing that you think that men, I guess the biggest disconnect between men and women?
I think understanding the fundamental differences with each
Right.
other. Yeah. A woman sometimes treat her man as if he's her girlfriend or his friend. And that's a huge mistake.
As far as telling them things?
Telling them things, expecting them to be there for things, you know. For example, like I have like 2 really good female friends, girlfriends, who I have basically on my phone. I could just call up if something happened. I'm like, girl, guess what happened? Da, 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 da. You have to vent. You can't always go to your man and just vent like that. It'll just throw him all off. He'll shut down, and he'll think you're not strong enough. You just don't. You can't do that, you know. So I mean, as far as that goes, understanding that women connect by being a little bit more verbal to each other. Men, they're verbal and they like to express themselves and they like to hear how you feel, but we can be a little bit more emotional, expressing our emotions, I would say. Men are emotional too, but we express our emotions different, so you have to have that female companionship, you know, your friendship on that side.
Right.
So that's just one example.
Yeah, and that's true. And a lot of times women do that
Yeah.
with us. What kind of feedback have you been getting on the book, which is Gimme Some Relationship Advice?
The feedback has been great. I'm always on my emails. I'm getting all kinds of emails with men, women, young, old, with how do I do this? And I receive a lot of emails back saying, thanks, that actually worked. So it's a really good feedback. I sold out the first weekend that it was released.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And just constantly selling out. So everybody's like, I want a book. And I'm like, okay, I'll send it. And they're like waiting. And,
Right.
you know.
Where's my damn book?
Right. So
Yeah.
I guess that's a good blessing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As far as this book and other books, how can people get those?
You can go to my website, BayyinahMonkNduaka.com, or you can go on Amazon. They're on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, other bookstores.
Definitely. So this book there's going to be another book after this?
Yeah, there's going to be some more books after this. I'm going to get into the details where it may be like a communication book, so where I just basically go into really, really deep about the differences of communicating. So, yeah.
I think that's wonderful. I'm going to read this book,
Yeah.
but I'm also going to give this book or let my grandmother hold this book.
Okay, yeah.
And let me tell you why. So my grandmother and my grandfather. My grandmother is 91.
Oh, wow.
My grandfather
Blessing.
is 81. Okay,
Wow.
and sometimes they need breaks from each other, right? I mean, so sometimes he just has to get away.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they need like to separate, and then they miss each other, and then it's
Right.
okay.
Right.
So they've been married for a long time, long before I was born. But
Wow.
so hopefully there's something in here
I
that
touch
can.
on that too.
well, that's
you have
good.
to have a break.
That's good.
You know?
Yeah.
Like you have to have a break. You have to miss each other. Like my husband go and do things with his boys, and I do things with my girls, and you miss each other. And then while you're out, you may see a couple. You be like, I got something good at home. You know, they not really.
Yeah.
They fighting all the time, or he don't treat her right, or she don't treat him right, and he could see the same thing. He'd be like, babe, I got a good woman. And so you, even just going out and giving each other space, you may get some revelation on things. So
Okay.
space is good.
Space is good,
Yeah.
but too much space could be.
Right. It has to be a balance.
So do you believe in the absence makes the heart grow fonder?
Yeah, I do. If you're
Okay.
married and you live together, you do everything together, then, maybe once or twice every couple of months, you have to have a girls' night, or he have to have a boys' night to
Okay.
connect with his boys, and you have to go with your girls and connect with your girls.
In a relationship, is it okay for a man to go to a strip club?
I've taken my husband to strip clubs. We've
Okay.
had parties there, but you got to be careful with that, because what I notice nowadays, men get, no disrespect to the strippers, or
Okay.
the strip club business is really good business out
Yeah, it
there.
is. That's what I heard.
But men, what I noticed, the strip club era, I call it the strip club era.
Okay. Are we in the era now?
We're in the era now.
Okay.
Before we were in a real nightclub era. Now we're in the strip club era. So the strip club era has caused men to be a little bit sexually numb, I would say. Sexually numb to women or their relationships. So you have to find a balance.
Because we done seen it all already.
Right, they already seen it all. It's like, what else can you do? What else? Show me something else. Do some tricks. You know.
Yeah.
So you have to be very careful with that. You have to go out.
But what about the women stepping their game up?
Yeah, but still, if they see a lot all the time, then you know what I mean. I mean, I that's why I always change my hair. I switch it all up myself. So the women have a responsibility, but as a wife, I mean, or in a relationship, you have to be careful with going to a strip club. You should go. Definitely let him enjoy himself, but there's it's a line between that.
Don't let him OD.
Right. Don't let him overdose. They get strip clubs can be addicting.
I've heard.
It can be.
I've heard.
Yeah,
I've heard.
it can be addicting.
I wouldn't know what I've heard from other people.
It can be addicting.
Okay, again, the book is called Gimme Some Relationship Advice. Again, how can people get the book?
Amazon.com, my website, my personal website, Bayyinah Monk Nduaka.com, Barnes & Nobles, and other bookstore retailers out there.
Okay, and you have other books. Let's plug those real quick.
Give me that recipe. It's 85 recipes down home, it's international ethnic recipes. We have drinks, desserts, everything. Also the smoothie. Give me some smoothie. Give me that smoothie recipe. I have so many gimmies. That's on also Amazon. 25 recipes on how to make healthy smoothies every day. So you can find all those on Amazon and my website.
Side note, before I let you go, can you look at a relationship from the outside and tell if it's real?
It depends on who's looking from the outside.
No, you specifically.
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
I can.
So is Blac Chyna and Rob Kardashian, is that real? Are they really in love?
Let me tell you. I think Rob really cared for her.
Okay.
But definitely Blac Chyna is not into him.
Okay.
She's not into him.
So she just used him.
Yeah, she's definitely.
She used him for his sperm name. Sperm
name to get over. It could be
okay. That's
whatever her
interesting.
reasons are, but it's definitely not genuine. I think Rob really, because he was in a vulnerable state.
Yeah.
So
and she got a fat ass.
Yeah, she has the assets, and he said that she got a big butt in the show. He said that the first episode. He said she has a big butt, and I love it. So.
Way to go, white boy! You told us some shit we didn't know.
I
got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Well, I wanted to know that.
Thing.
It was on my spirit, and I needed to know.
I think that's why the sister stepped in and said, "Hey, you're not going to use our name," and she tried to.
And that makes sense. I get it. Yeah, well, she's trying. She's trying
to use the name.
It's funny because they use people all the time, but this is where we draw the fucking line.
They know what to look for. If you're professional at it, you know what to look for, right?
We're not gonna let you black people do it. It's white people only. Okay, so anything else you want to touch on before I let you go?
The book is amazing. It can help anybody. I just got a letter from my mentor. She's in her 60s, and
Is she married?
She's widowed. Her husband just died last year, unfortunately.
Sorry.
But she said the book was great. So it's for older women too. If you're widow and you're looking for love and you're still open to have a love come into your life, so it's good. A book for anybody.
Okay, so again, Gimme Some Relationship Advice is available everywhere books are sold. So thank you again.
Thank you for having me. I want to say amazing job at the Baltimore Music Awards. Did a great job.
Thank you. I was talking about that last night. People always, it's funny because people get upset I didn't win or this or that. But then, other people understand. People that are upset are people that maybe were in a category, and some people are upset. But what I try to explain to people is that people just vote,
right?
And it's not my picks,
right? And that's the good thing you did is allow the people to vote to say, hey, call up your city and duke it out with them. So,
not me.
Basically, call folks.
It ain't my fault.
Duke it out with them.
Right.
But that's a good thing.
But
you did.
So this was the biggest one we've had, and next year's going to be even bigger. And so, and I have some other events coming up, but we'll talk about that on the other side of 2017.
Great job, though.
Okay.
I just wanted to commend you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
All right. So, Luscious Kisses is coming up soon. Not yet, because I have some other things that I want to touch on. Do I have to? Am I keeping you?
No.
Okay. All right. So, one other topic that I want to touch on. So, a lot of times people get jobs,
Are
right?
you talking to me?
I'm talking to everybody. Yeah, I'm talking to everybody. You don't have to leave. I said it's up to you. Because you got a husband. So you got a husband, and so okay. So he could be like, look, because guys don't like me. Guys don't like me. Did you know that? Yes, guys don't like me.
They feel intimidated by you.
I don't know if it's that. I didn't even think
No,
about
that's
that.
No, a lot of times it's not the looks always, even though you're not ugly.
Thank
It's
you.
not always the looks. It's,
appreciate
it's
that.
what how you can bring to the table, you know?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Intimidation.
But